Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me. And welcome, June. It's officially arrived, it's here. I am going to be talking about perfectionism and the havoc that it can play in our lives. I recently had the opportunity to interview Leanne Cooper Elliott, and we really talked about this. And I would encourage you all to check out the podcast interview I did with her. It's here on YouTube. And she gave some amazing tips and advice to help those that may feel stuck in many ways. But perfectionism can be one way that I believe holds us back from pursuing our dreams. And we're going to today look at what are some of the signs you might have perfectionism. And then, secondly, what are some strategies to help overcome it? So, I don't know about you. Do any of you have set, I should say, do any of you set unrealistic standards, or have a dream, you haven't started? Well, if that is true, you're not alone. Yours truly has had some issues too. So we'll talk through some of the things I've done as well. But first, let's look at what are some of the signs that you may be a perfectionist. Number one, do you ever procrastinate? Are you waiting to do something and you're constantly waiting to make sure the stars align and everything's right? Oh, that's one of the signs. Two, do you overanalyze, overthink things? Are you still maybe just getting everything ready so that you feel like you don't maybe look like a fool, or you are just stuck? Do you spend a significant amount of your time researching, planning, preparing, but you ever never actually take the leap? Or if you do, it's just minimally. That's another sign. Number three, do you prefer to stay in your comfort zone? And really, when you step outside of it, into a challenging, maybe taking that challenging next step or risk, it's a little bit scary. So you just avoid doing that. Well, that's another sign if you like to stay in your comfort zone. And fourth sign is, do you measure yourself or compare yourself against others? And I know I was going to say I would look at when I began my podcast, I would look at other podcasters, or I should say, listen to other podcasters, and I thought, oh my gosh, they sound so incredibly polished and great at what they're doing that I almost didn't start my podcast. And I have met such phenomenal people doing it. And my beginning podcast, I'm sure, were not pleasant to listen to. And I want to thank you all for being here today, as I haven't done a lot of video on YouTube. So thank you for bearing with me as I learn, a different model, and videoing myself it takes practice. Like everything we do, it just takes practice. And if we don't compare ourselves or criticize ourselves, that will certainly help. So I would encourage you to just not criticize yourself, or just look at where, you're growing. Focus on that. All right. Now, I don't know about you, but perfectionism can also be stressful and cause anxiety. Obviously, I think perfectionism really it's a lot of fears that we're holding. And let's look at what are some of the strategies that will help us overcome perfectionism. So, the number one thing is really beginning to notice and become conscious of what is it that we are afraid of. What fear do we hold? Is it the fear of not being good enough? Maybe it's a fear of I'm not going to come across, as professional or smart as I would like to. Whatever that fear may be, just we have to first become aware of it. And then it doesn't, I think the whole there is that we're aware, then we can start looking at why. And for me, there is a great book that I would encourage you all to check out. It's by Byron Katie, and it's called Loving What Is. And she gives some exercises in there that I have mentioned before in my podcast that I think are helpful. And also, maybe sometimes even looking at a coach, looking for coaching to look at what some of our fears are, can be helpful as well. Number two, another strategy of overcoming procrastination is redefining failure. Failure when we make mistakes, is just getting us closer to our destination. They're really stepping stones. So look at them as an opportunity to grow and develop. And really, failure is about not even trying. That's failure if we don't even try or get started. So again, look at these as opportunities and stepping stones in the direction. Three is really redefining what success is. How do we measure our success? And a number of the podcast interviews recently, I've also been asking that because I think we have to look at what success means to us. Is it our bank account? Is it our title? Or is it learning and developing and growing and the joy of the journey that of doing whatever it is we really want to do with purpose? I think that has helped me look at my own definition of success, and redefining it to those terms has helped me want to go create the things that I'm excited about wanting to learn and create. All right, number four is, and I think this is probably the most powerful remedy of all, and it's action. It's committed to consistent action. And I love this. Says the best predictor of progress is your ability to show up and act again, again, and again. I always look at the quote behind me from Michael Jordan about, how many times he failed and how many attempts he's made at shooting at the basket. And I won't read it because it's behind me. And anyway, many, let's just say many, many times. So when we do something over and over again, we're going to continuously grow and improve. And we will continue to improve as we do this, just as I did my podcast, and I've done, I think, 48 now. It gets easier as we go. So I wanted to mention all of those are great strategies to help overcome perfectionism. And, we all deserve to pursue our dreams. So let's take those action steps. And if you're curious about the giveaway that Leanne Cooper Elliott and I are offering, that's available on my LinkedIn page, you have to vote, and you have to vote. I was going to say the question is, has perfectionism ever caused havoc in your life? If you vote on that, you will be entered in to win a transformative 45-minute session with Leanne. During this session, she will help you explore your pressing questions or specific areas that you may be experiencing challenges. And together, you will remove any energetic blocks, clearing the path forward to greater ease and flow in your life. Wouldn't that be awesome? I know Leanne is amazing, and I am excited for whoever the winner is. And again, first you have to vote. We'll announce the winner via LinkedIn and YouTube. Actually, we'll do a video here within a week announcing who the winner is. I think there's 4 to 5 days left in the poll. So I hope you vote. And I would love for you, if you found this helpful at all, I'd love your like and subscription to the channel. I would really appreciate that. And here is to all of us having an incredible June. Thanks, everybody.